Hi guys, welcome back. I get this question all the time in the comments, in the DMs, in the surveys I sent you guys through emails and you fill out. Where does this even come from? Why am I built like this? Why do I like feet and what does it mean that I like feet? And I get it, you want the origin story, the aunt with the sandals, the scene in the movie that you saw when you were 13 and that had a huge impact on your brain, just stayed printed. The moment your brain went, oh, that's it. That is it. But the thing is with that question, like where did it come from? It's not that interesting. It doesn't tell you a lot. Because even if you actually answered it with precision, like, yeah, it was that 3 p.m. in that Tuesday in 1997, what would you even do with it? Nothing. You would do nothing. You would, okay, I found out this is new information, and you just lock it in a drawer in your memory. So there's that. But today, I want to maybe ask what I think it's a better question. So, not where it came from, but what it is actually trying to tell you right now. So, that's what we're going to talk about today. But really quickly, if you're new and you carry shame around this, I have a kink shame exit kit that is completely free at the link below. Okay? Cool. So let me state the obvious again, all right? There's nothing wrong with you, no matter what you like. If you like feet, you're not weird, you're not gross. Whatever you guys think that liking feet makes you, there's none of that. The attraction for feet is absolutely neutral, even boring, right? Like, okay, some guys got the blue model, some guys got the red model, and you are the ones who like arches and toes. Congratulations. Hi. You're normal. You don't need to fix anything. There's nothing wrong with you. You're actually completely normal. If you look at the comments in my previous videos, you're going to see a lot of men who feel normal and have completely normal lives. My husband is one of them, and other friends that I have who like their wives' feet. I've been married for 17 years now. We all have kids. Our husbands have good jobs. Sometimes the wives are buying heels so they can receive a foot massage after. Yeah, I read your comments. You know who you are. And for that man, the fetish is not a problem, and it has never been. It's just, hey, this is your flavor. Enjoy your life. But there is this other category of people who like feet, and his life feels like it's getting smaller and smaller, and the time keeps passing by, and he feels like nothing changes and that he's stagnating. And when I read his messages and his comments, I see things that are deeper than the fetish problem. It's not the feet problem. And I think we should explore together what the foot fetish may want to tell you. You can take what resonates with you, maybe nothing resonates with you. So let's explore together what your foot fetish may want to tell you. And I want you to be honest with yourself about which one resonates with you the most. It could be one of these, or maybe it's two, or maybe it's all of them stacked on top of each other. Well, we'll see. Anyways, here's the message number 1. Your fetish is telling you you are starving for touch, for human touch, not just the feet, actually for another warm human being existing in your personal space, in your physical space, in reality. And it's interesting because one of you did write in my comments, for some men, fixation on one body part is easier than real intimacy. And then he also wrote, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth indeed? It is true, unfortunately, because most of the men who are doing this alone, subconsciously, they think a person is risky. A woman can actually see who you are. A woman can reject you. She can judge you. She can tell her friends. She can leave you. She can break your heart. She can have moods too. So it's going to take some effort to get along with a real person. But the screen, the foot on the screen, that cannot watch you just sitting there alone in your own apartment at 1 a.m. Yeah, I've seen it quite a few times. You guys even have like a phrase for it. I've seen it, yeah, in my comments, in my messages. Sex without sex. Closeness without the part where actually you are close with somebody. And listen, we don't even have to get mystical about this. Your brain just found the fastest and with the least friction available source for the feeling it needed, for the relief, which is pleasure, right? And it just built like a straight line to it. It's very efficient. And your brain is doing exactly that. He's giving you that relief quickly, like a dog who just learned a trick and now thinks the trick is the only one that exists in the universe. But the trick, you know what it doesn't feed? It doesn't feed the hunger underneath it all. That hunger for warmth, for an actual relationship with a person, being held, being seen, being loved. Yeah, that is real. And no amount of feet pics and pixels are ever going to feed it. And that's why you're back the next night and the next and the next and another gallery, another model, another video, another tab, another body or pair of feet to long for. Now, if that feels like your message, you can take it or leave it. But I think you will find it interesting and thrilling too if you would just start giving yourself what you actually crave. Human connection. All right, now, message number 2. Your fetish is telling you you need a place to put it all down. And this one's for the guys who have everything on their shoulders. The job, the bills, the family that leans on you. The face you put on every morning that says, I'm fine. I'm fine. I got this. Don't worry about me. I'm good. And then in a fantasy, what happens? You're not in charge anymore. You're at her feet. And you just surrender, right? And that feels so exhilarating because for once, somebody else gets to be in charge of everything. And you finally get to rest. That is so human, really. That longing to surrender is one of the most human longings ever. Every man that I know who has a lot of responsibilities in his life craves for one place in his life where he doesn't have to be strong and to perform constantly. And if the only place the nervous system found permission to do so is inside a fantasy, well then the message is that in your real life you don't have like a healthy outlet where to put all of this weight, not one. And your fetish became the only place where you can find rest and where you can find relief and disconnect from everything. And some of you, I know, some of you are taking it all the way. Like, for example, the giantess thing. Being tiny, small enough to fit in her hand, in her pocket, in her shoe. Small enough that she decides everything you can do and you cannot do, and you can't do anything about it. But when you actually look inside that fantasy, which by the way, I think it's quite beautiful. I've been a giantess many times in the past years. But when you are that small, nothing is your job anymore, is it? You don't have to pay the bills. You're just 2 inches tall, maximum. You don't need to fix the family. You don't need to fix the house, the dishwasher. You don't need to worry about the projects. You don't need to answer the freaking emails. She's holding you now and you're at her mercy. And your entire world is her decision. Your only responsibility that remains is just to exist. And think about it. When was the last time you were genuinely feeling small to another human being, to when you were a child. And if you were lucky and you grew up in a normal family, being that small meant being safe. The adults, the big people, handled the reality for you. And I think when a grown man starts fantasizing about that, starts daydreaming about being tiny next to a giant woman, I don't think that's weird. I just see a nervous system begging for somebody else to be in charge for just 5 minutes. And the part that I really want you to become aware of is that maybe her size, right? She's a giantess because maybe that's how heavy things have gotten for you. So I think the question becomes here, where else could that door be? Could it be a person you can trust with the truth? A practice like a 10 minutes meditation of just quieting your mind? Taking 10 minutes where you just listen to your favorite music and nobody needs anything from you? Because the surrender you're craving is also outside of the fantasy. I know this from experience, it is. Now, a quick pause. If you want structure for this kind of work, that's literally what the 14-day self-command reset is. Cool, let's get to message number 3. And I think this is the heaviest one. This is the most difficult. So I'm going to try my best to say this with so much love. Here's the message that your fetish has for you. You're not using it for pleasure anymore. You're using it as an anesthesia. There is a difference, and your body knows it, between pleasure that adds and numbness, right? Anesthesia that subtracts. Pleasure is something that you walk towards, that you build when you're alive and you feel alive. While numbing and anesthesia is something that you reach for so you don't have to feel what you're already feeling. Like the loneliness, the grief, the boredom, the stress, the sadness. It's so stupid simple how it happens. It's literally just cause and effect. Something hurts or something triggers and you reach for the fetish, which gives you instant relief, and that instant relief is real. I'm not going to say it's not, but the relief is short and it doesn't build anything. It's just wasted energy. And when it fades, the original pain is going to still be there. It's not going anywhere. But now you have a little layer of shame on top because your soul is reaching for more, wants to expand, and it can't as long as you're just putting your energy inside of the loop. The fetish, the relief, the shame, and the repeat. See, that's not fun. That's not fun for you. That's a loop. And loops are repetitive and soul draining. That's why it feels like it's soulless. It's like gravity, really. You don't need to do anything. You don't need any effort to keep falling. It's by default. The falling is the default. Climbing is a choice. One of you did tell me that he got into the loop coping with the death in the family early in life. And nobody taught him what to do with that pain, so his hands found the one thing that makes the pain stop for a few minutes. And if that is you, the message your fetish has for you is that there's been a wound that's been waiting patiently to be addressed, to be felt, and to be released. And it's been waiting sometimes for even decades, unfortunately. It's been waiting for you to take a look at it. And the fetish has just been, let's say, the babysitter, but it's time for you to give the fetish a well-deserved break. And now there's message number 4. The hiding is hurting you more than wanting ever did. In the closet about liking a body part. 30, 40, 50 years, living with a secret that's not even dangerous. Nobody got born ashamed. Shame is something that gets installed early when your brain is still forming, when somebody laughed at you, maybe when kids found out and you got mocked, you got called a freak, you got called a creep when you were 12 or 14 or even 19, and your nervous system made that rule that this is something that nobody's ever going to see again. And that rule made you safe, yes, back then. But you kept following it even after the danger was gone. And hiding a part of you does have a cost. And it's a slow cost. You don't notice it, but year after year after year where you held that secret, you needed also more energy to guard it. And every relationship stays just a little more shallow than ideal. Something is missing in every relationship. The message for you, my friend, is that the hiding is the wound. The hiding is what's actually hurting you. And now message number 5 is for the men who already did some work. And I know there's a lot of you. I read your comments all the time in my videos. And it's the guys who actually made peace with it. You're not tormented by shame anymore. And you know what? Good for you. But you're still 100% online with it. You aren't experiencing it in real life with a real woman. And one of you said it, and I'm quoting, "I'm kind of sick of the internet aspect of it. I've been ready for the in-person experience for years now." Years. And if that is you, your fetish this time is saying something very simple. The message is, now it's time to actually go out there in the real world and experience it. You've been training for it for decades and now wants to be lived with a real person in real air, with real nerves in your stomach. Yes, I know. That means taking little risks, exposing yourself a little bit. And yeah, maybe you need some trial and error at first. Maybe the first conversation is going to feel a little clumsy. But step outside the door anyway and do not quit for the love of God. Just don't. Trust that your person is out there on their way to you. Just know it and then wait for it to happen without asking yourself why it doesn't happen all the time. Okay? I believe we are already in a time where more and more humans are waking up out of their loops, and all kinds of loops, really. It just happens now here that the people watching my content are a little stuck in a loop that's related to feet and foot fetish. The bottom line is that people are remembering who they are underneath all the noise. What I care about is a possibility, and that is one. And you sitting there watching and reading an honest message from your own soul and from a part of you, you are part of that too. You are part of that awakening, and I mean it. You may not understand how this works, but it works and it happens. So if shame is the thing standing between you and hearing your message, you can always start with a kink shame exit kit. It's free and you can find it at the link in the description below. And also, tell me in the comments, the comment of this video, the comment of the day is message. So write it down, drop a message in the comments, and that's how I'm going to know that you stayed until now, that you watched this video, and that you are shifting with the world, my friend. We're all flowing. We're trying to stop resisting here. We're trying to just flow with the changes that are happening out there in the world. And also try to grow with it and love the process instead of just falling back into depressive patterns, which is so easy to do. Because honestly, if I'm watching the news every day, I just feel like I'm going to go completely crazy. But no, we're not going there. We're not doing that. We're not going completely crazy. We just love our way into the world we want to see out there. So if you watched this video until now, I wanted to tell you that I appreciate you so much. I am sending you much love, and I'll see you in the next video.